Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 1 on painting a big cat. These cat videos will be going up to around part 5, but there's going to be loads of stuff you're going to learn along the way, there really is, and I'll be learning new stuff coming up on these videos as well, because it's going to be the first time for me trying it live on camera, so there's loads to do on this project that I've set out. Now if you wanted to follow along with this, along these stages, I'll leave a link for the artwork in the video description, and then you can set up like we're going to do in part 1, which is getting your image across so you can have a go at it. Now getting your images across, for me, the easiest way I've found is projector. In all of my airbrush journey, if it's a flat surface, it's my go-to. It's just grab the projector, it's quick and easy to set up. Whether you're working on a panel like that, you've got the side of a fender or the side of a gas tank, you just set your area up, project it, and you can just go straight in and get your outline down. It's just quick and easy. So projector is set up now. That's what you can hear, the fan in the background, that's what that is, that's the noise of it. Now I've got it running, but I've just covered the actual lens up. So if I move this out of the way now, that's the image we're going to be working on in the next 5 episodes. So it is a big, full-on realistic cat. So I've got a lot to work on. It always when you project something and look at it, it always looks sort of quite simple looking at it like that. It's until you put all your lines in and then you've not got that projector on and the cat's gone and you're just covered with loads and loads of outlines, and you think, crikey, it can become overwhelming looking at all this, what you've got to go around and challenge yourself and go around. But if you break it up into sections like I'm going to do in these videos, you can just follow along and concentrate on one section, and we can move down, do that in the next section, move down, and you'll achieve it a lot easier, sort of breaking it down, doing a bit at a time, waiting for the next video to come up, and we can move around this piece and get it completed. So project your image up, nice and simple. I've mirrored my tablet to the projector. Projector's 6 feet away. Turn the projector on and you get that image like that. Now, when it comes to penciling it out, I would turn off your surrounding lights so you've just got the projector running, and then it will look like you're looking at a TV screen. It will look really crystal clear and the image will pop, and it gives you plenty to look at when you're going around with your pencil. Now, when you pencil it in, you'll be thinking, how much do I need to pencil in? Do I have to get all these whiskers in? Does everything have to go in? Do you have to put all these little dots in to follow? You don't. Go around your key features, like where you've got all the black marks on the body. I would go around these and put these in place. All the eyes in place. When it comes to soft shaded areas, you could pencil round a soft shaded area like that. And then you've got the darker line sort of here. How I would do it on this, where there's the darker lines, I'd put them in. Where the shaded areas are, I'd put little dashes, and just put little light dashes on the areas where it's shading. So when you come to paint it and you've got the image, this image be moved away, and you're just staring at lines, them little dash lines, you can then, when you come to paint, you know them areas are softer shading. So you can mark it up how you want. You can literally put a faint line, a dark line, a dotted out area, and you know then when you look at your image, you go, yeah, the shadings, the dot line, the bold lines are this line, and the other bits are this line. So just do it how you want. But that just comes with experience. When you project your images up, you'll get more used to it, and you'll find different ways and better ways that you like doing it. So turn all the lights out, pencil round the image. Make sure your image is leveled up as well, and make sure your easel isn't sort of kicked back. Put your surface so it's straight, set your projector up so it's nice and flat, straight. If you can pin your artwork to a wall, if you've got a flat wall space, usually use blue tack and just pin a piece of paper up. I've done that before in the lounge, and then just set the projector up straight to the wall and just sit to the side, and that's what you'll do. You'll sit to the side and you just pencil round like that, and you get all the key points in all the way around, and then you're good to go. You'll be good to go for part 2, and that's when we're going to start painting and we're going to start working on the eye section here, and then we'll work up a section here, we'll split this into a section here, and we'll do videos in sections like that coming down, and then you'll get to see how to do it, because it's going to be a challenge for me because I don't usually paint this style of artwork, so it's going to be a good one to do. So I hope you can stick around for the rest of the videos, but that's how I'd get my image across, nice and simple. I'll even link to the make of my projector because mine's an older one now and you can't get that model, but if you look at the brand that I've got, they're all going to be newer, so they'll be more advanced than my projector, and this works brilliant for me, it really does. When I get the lights turned out, this image will really pop forward. It's because we've got a key light on and we've got the 2 outer studio lights on, so it's a bit bright. But I'll leave a link to the brand in the description, so have a look at their range of projectors, and I think they should be all good. This one is, and just get set up. It's the quickest way and easiest way, I think, to get your images across if you're working on flats. There'll be other videos coming up on getting images across to curved surfaces and things like that, because you are going to come across that if you're going down the custom painting route. If you're not going down that route where you're not painting the automotive and you just want to concentrate on boards, canvases, pieces of paper, projector, straight away, done. So join me in part 2 when we will start to paint. We'll go through the paints, the brushes, we're going to go through so much. So thanks for sticking around, guys, and I will see you lot in part 2. Drop your comments, tell me your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.